Injustice 2 released on May 9th, 2017. Sheesh, that's already been over 7 years, god dang. Anyways, this was the 4th game released by NetherRealm Studios. Pretty much all NRS games so far have been reviewed pretty well and sell really good. Despite that though, they don't have the biggest competitive scene. Games like Street Fighter, Tekken, and Guilty Gear all do better in that department. If you've followed the recent, Evo numbers and stuff, our scene got clowned for, having some of the lowest numbers. The scene does exist though, trust me. We do exist. I personally entered the scene when Mortal Kombat X released. The marketing of the game with the Fatal 8 tournament and all that really pulled me in. I really got inspired by players like Sonic Fox. And as someone that came on strong towards the end of Mortal Kombat X, I was really looking forward to Injustice 2. The game started with a very long invite-only beta that I didn't get into until a couple days were left, so I wasn't off to a good start. But regardless of that, the game released to good reviews and sold well despite it not being Mortal Kombat. The story mode was good. The gear system was actually the best one NRS has done to date in my opinion. You could earn gear and skins from playing just about any mode. Since I'm a competitive player, I mostly play online, so being able to get all the skins and gear from that was really nice. Despite everything going well for the game at face value, there was a dark cloud looming over the game, both for competitive players and even for casuals just trying to play a little ranked here and there. Now, zoning and fireballs are a common thing in fighting games. Everyone knows about Hadoukens and Sonic Booms. There are some games where it's not a factor like Tekken, but Street Fighter is the most popular fighting game competitively and keeps the strongest lasting player base, so it's safe to say zoning alone does not hurt a fighting game in any meaningful way. But Injustice was different. Injustice 1 actually had very strong zoning. I didn't play it at a competitive level, but from what I've heard, and from what I see when I look up competitive General Zod gameplay...
Well,
oh man,
and it begins.
it's over. No.
NRS, please.
Oh god,
Oh my. Look how instant.
it's over.
Someone call frickin' those guys at NRS right now and tell them to watch their shit. This is unbelievable.
What is
How
it?
bad this matchup is.
How does he do?
It's Zodball on the screen. It's over. This isn't Injustice. This is Zodball.
It is an injustice. Get it? Because the game's called Injustice.
It seemed crazy. Mortal Kombat X was the game in between the two Injustice games, which had the least zoning out of all the NRS games by far. It was straight rush down, run button, get your mix-ups in, stuff like that. Due to rose-tinted glasses, though, and dooming about the current game, which is a thing that every section of the fighting game community does, by the way, people were actually asking for zoning to come back during MKX, and got excited when Ed Boon hinted that it would. They did not know what they were asking for, however. In year 1, Deadshot was an absolute menace at every level of the game. His super quick projectiles, chip damage low shot, and trait that would knock you full screen was incredibly hard to deal with. Dashes are not cancelable in Injustice like they are in Mortal Kombat, and that combined with the low recovery of Deadshot's gunshots, required you to dash at nearly a perfect timing to gain some ground on him. If you got hit by a tray bullet or mixed up once you got in, you were back to square one. Other top tier characters like Aquaman, Black Adam, Batman, Superman also incorporated a lot of zoning, and absolutely terrorized the game's ranked match mode in the first year of the game. There were strong characters that had rushdown focused game plans, however, like Catwoman. Players like Sonic Fox and Honeybee were also able to overcome all the zoning. Honeybee used the Flash, and Sonic basically used like whoever Sonic wanted to win. Between Sonic Fox winning with whatever, White Boy taking down one of the biggest majors with Scarecrow, and Samij and Honeybee placing super high with Catwoman and Flash, you could argue that despite zoning being so good, it could be overcome. I mean, Dragon was the only one taking down massive events here and there with the characters like Aquaman and Black Adam. Deadshot actually didn't win any big majors from what I can remember. That's an argument I used to make a lot. I mean, I am the fat Starfire player that was #1 in the pro rankings for 8 months in year 2. The reality is though, no matter what the stats say, having a game where zoning is so strong, whether it wins or not in the biggest moments, is very bad for the game. Casuals are the lifeblood at every level of the game. They buy the game, watch videos and streams for the game, and with every competitive player, we were all casuals once. And a lot of them tried their hand at online, got put full screen by a Deadshot, Aquaman, or Starfire, and just had enough. They didn't get to play the game, which is really sad, because in my opinion, Injustice 2 had the coolest variety of characters I've seen in a fighting game. You have characters like Superman and Black Adam that had pretty standard movesets and big damage. You have tricky characters like Blue Beetle and Harley Quinn that really take a character specialist to utilize properly. And then you have super wacky outside-the-box characters like Bane, Swamp Thing, and Enchantress. The trait system, the air escape system, push block, the way you had to strategize around Clash, the breaker system of the game, were all mechanics that I really believe are amazing and superior to the mechanics we see in Mortal Kombat. So despite zoning ruining this game for many, I love this game and I really hope if there's a third Injustice, they keep going with these things while reducing the zoning heavily to retain the player base and let the good things about Injustice shine. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Tweedy. Let me know if you enjoyed this video in the comments down below. I know a lot of y'all like my videos where I just ramble and talk about the universe, the galaxy, but I also like doing these well-scripted videos and stuff like that. So if you like these type of videos and want to see more of it, let me know. Also, let me know what kind of videos you would like to see. I would like to do... I think next I'm going to do a video going over my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 11. As some of y'all know, Mortal Kombat 11 is my least favorite NRS game. I still like it. I still enjoy it, Mortal Kombat 11, but it is my least favorite. And I was thinking about going over the reasons why. Maybe making a video on why I like Mortal Kombat 1 despite all its flaws. I already did a video highlighting how good MKX is, in my opinion. And maybe I could go back to, you know, MK9 and Justice 1, try those a little bit, and make videos about those. I also could go over topics about the competitive scene, the history of the NRS competitive scene. Even though I came around during MKX, I know a lot about before then. And also I could talk to like Pig of the Hut and Tom Brady and stuff to get information that I'm missing to fill in some knowledge gaps. And also, there's a lot of stories to be told, you know, from like MKX and Justice 2, MK11, and now, you know, like the Score Esports and stuff, channels like that. They only really have covered our scene. They've only really covered like Sonic. They've only really covered like Ninja. I'm really surprised they didn't do a video on the Chileans, so maybe I could do a video on the Chileans, or just various players who have come up through the scene that aren't Sonic and Ninja. Try to shine a light on that. But yeah, those are just some ideas I got. There's going to be, you know, I'm going to be trying to get back into Mortal Kombat 1, but there's going to be a bit of downtime before Chaos Reigns. I'm not going to be grinding it too hard. Chaos Reigns is going to be a whirlwind, Straterize. But yeah, Chaos Reigns is going to be crazy, so, you know, I got a little bit of downtime until then to work on some more extensive videos, some more like kind of well thought out videos where it's not just a ramble. So I might go over some stuff like that. Let me know what y'all would like to see in the comments down below. And if you watched to the end, appreciate y'all. Much love.